everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 4th of November. Now, for anyone that's new here, I just let my guides channel through to you and get messages to you. So please subscribe, hit the like buttons guys, and always comment down below. I may not get a lot of your comments for months and months later, as we know. I was telling you guys about YouTube had hidden my comments from me. I noticed a lot of you guys kept commenting on that as well in the last probably month. And I always go back. I am very particular. I go back and I check under my videos as well as I check my comments in my YouTube studio as well, so I would not have missed them. I am very pedantic like that. So apologies anyone that I've missed your comments, because there was, I reckon yesterday when I got on, there was probably 30 or more comments that had been hidden from me. But yes, months and months and months later, they've put them back up. So we know YouTube's doing a lot of manipulation. I even think people don't even get my, when they're subscribed, they're not even getting the notifications and things sometimes. You really do have to wonder about all this control of the algorithms and that. It's getting a bit obvious now, isn't it? So apologies if I haven't replied to anybody. I'm just not seeing that comments at all. Anyway, enough of that whinging about YouTube. I think we could all have a big whinge about YouTube sometimes. But anyway, here I am back on again today. Now, for anyone who has been on for a little bit, we're actually calling ourselves the BS detectors now instead of conspiracy theorists. We've come up with the name sleepwalkers for the people waking up, because it's like they're in still a sleep state and they're wandering around like they're sleepwalking. And also we named the book, we're changing the COVID Agenda storybook to our own book about the Great Awakening, and we've called it Escape from Clown World. That's what we came up with. Part 1 is that part of the book, and I do believe the second part of the book, which we did have talked about here a lot, is Journey to Terabella. So that will be the next book after we escape Clown World. We'll journey to Terabella. So that's where we're at, guys, just to keep anyone up to date. Okay, enough of me talking. Let's get into the predictions and see what comes up. Oh, I'm still getting that song, Money, Money, Money. I was saying yesterday about Trudeau and all his money, and it popped up on my feed today. Is it Pelosi? What's his name? The opposition leader there in Canada. And he was talking about how Trudeau spends $6,000 a night on his beautiful holidays. So we know he's not sort of cutting back on things, is he? While the people in Canada can't put their heating on and pay their electricity bills. So I think we could all agree that the money, money, money is definitely coming in for Trudeau, according to the lifestyle that he is leading, living rather, and that he's leading as well. A very wealthy lifestyle. All right. Anyway. That's what I'm still getting, the Money, Money, Money song. We know these, by ABBA, we know that these leaders are making crap loads of money out of this. This has never been about looking after the little people and protecting their health. We've all known that here on my channel. That was just the stepping stone to get them where they wanted to be, making all the moolah and all the dollars. All right, let's see where else we go today. God, today I'm getting this like captaining of a ship and people like sailing away on like cruise liners. I feel like there's going to be big changes in the cruise lining industry. We know that's still going a little bit pear-shaped, and not just around the virus. There's a lot of safety issues. God, people love cruises. I'm not a cruise person myself. I'm not keen on being out on the water, but I am getting big changes in the cruise lining industry. There's going to be this big restructuring of that industry now. I guess when you think of cruise lining, it's quite an affordable holiday where you can pack a lot in and you get to see different places. So it's actually pretty good value for money. Maybe that's what I'm getting. But that could all change. It's like, I feel like the cruise industry is going to get more expensive, like everything else. And it's almost giving me that sort of, well, it's giving me that Titanic kind of energy where it's more for the elites now. The boats are going to be sort of restructured for the wealthy. So I do feel now, moving forward with the cruise lining systems, there's going to be, I guess, like the Titanic. Hopefully they don't sink like the Titanic. There's going to be the classes now. They're going to have which they probably already do they? I don't know. I haven't been on a cruise. But there's going to be the more elite upper levels, and then the lower decks, and then the very lower decks. I don't know how that works at the moment. Is that something that is in the cruise industry? But it's going to become more obvious now. And all the paupers are going to have the very, very lower decks. And they're also not going to have the access to everything. I think before with cruise lining, it was like a free-for-all, wasn't it? You could use all the facilities, and I think you could. If anyone's been on cruise ships out there, let us know a bit what the go is. But I'm getting there's going to be more separation. And they're going to, of course, they're going to use that as their excuse to contain like viruses and help to maintain like spreading of germs and all that sort of thing. So the elite people will be separated from the little people and peasants. And this is moving forward on cruise liners. This could be starting to happen into next year. I am getting that. There'll be a real separation in classes. I mean, that could happen now because some people probably pay for better views from their rooms and all things like that now. But this is going to be like almost completely separate. They're going to have their own facilities from the little people. The little people will only have access to certain things. So it all comes back to what you can afford to pay, to what your experience is going to be. And I'm getting that for cruise liners. They've had a tough few years, haven't they, cruise liners? Nothing's been the same, has it? They still get blamed for all the spreading of everything. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's see where else we go today. God, I keep getting London Bridge. Now, whatever is happening over there, I talked yesterday about Band-Aids being put on the bridge to try and, heal up the wounds of England, London, UK. And now I'm getting that the bridge is kind of floating. So they're showing me the, like the pillars, is that what you call them? The pillars of the bridge that hold it up, like the towers. Oh, people of England, they're exhausted. People in England, London are exhausted. They're tired of this nonsense, garbage, clown show, ridiculousness, chaos, everything. Every word's coming in. It's showing me it's floating. See, and this is the problem with London Bridge. When it got rebuilt, it's not been built on a good foundation. They've tried to, but it hasn't been received by the people. So when you haven't got the support of the people, I always say it to you here on this channel, you don't have a good foundation and things can still collapse. So I'm getting like this bridge bobbing up and down like in the water because it's not on a good foundation. It's showing me it's almost on like floaties. It's got these floaty things holding up the bridge with the Band-Aids on it. That's the visual I'm getting for London Bridge. It's floating at the moment. It's still not stable. It's on rocky waters. That's what I'm getting for probably sushi and the royals over there. They don't have good support of the people. The people, I keep saying, are turning away from them. They are. I said about people running and hiding, wasn't it? The U2 Streets Have No Name song. People want to run and people want to hide. They're sick of this. So at the moment, I've got the London Bridge is like unstable, and that's a good thing. We wouldn't need it unstable. I mean, you're getting hit hard over there. You are. You're getting a lot of interest rate rises as well. You're financially getting hit. As much as sushi is giving the illusion that it's all to help the economy and they don't want to go into recession, and we know how it all goes, blah, 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 more lies and more garbage. I mean, who even believes this garbage, honestly? Well, I know you guys don't if you're watching my channel, but a lot of people, sleepwalkers do. Let's see where else we go today. So there's that a lot of, not having the support of the people. See, the people didn't vote sushi in, did they? And they certainly didn't vote Charles in. We know that because that pretty much doesn't come to the vote, I don't think, does it? That just gets given to Charles on a silver and maybe gold platter. So Sushi wasn't voted in, and that's the big thing. He hasn't got necessarily the support of the people. That takes time to earn that respect. It's like I talk about. You don't get respect unless you've earned respect. Let's see where else we today. Oh, getting Australia again. Oh, Australia, we're just on the map now. I'm getting that we're second on the ladder. Yes, we're behind Trudeau. I think Elbo's been doing a little bit of sucking up to the teacher in the class, actually, because he's running a close second with his rollout agenda. Elbo's got it going on. He's the old, see, Elbo to me, and this is the image the guys give me, is the quiet achiever. He's the one that chips away in the background, but he still gets really high grades. He's not in everybody's face, but he gets high grades and high marks, and he gets rewarded for that. So I am getting that Elbo's right up there. I get Jacinda. She's still about third on the ladder. And see, this is where it gets a bit funny, because it's like Jacinda and Elbo, as even though they work together and they try to stay connected, she's still really competitive with him here in Australia. So she'd love to climb that ladder and step above him. She sees herself as above Elbo, and that's what she would love to be, above him. But at the moment, she's sitting a little bit below him. So we've got the pecking order going on globally. Gosh, we know it is. We know they're all scrambling to get to the top of the ladder. Oh, it's going to be hard to knock Trudeau off, I'm afraid. He's a master manipulator, that dude, honestly. Oh my God. Always good for entertainment though on my channel, isn't he? Let's see what else we get. They're showing me this spinning wheel, and it's got all the leaders' heads on it. All the leaders. It doesn't matter who they are. All the leaders' heads are on it. The whole lot. If you think of them all, Palachuk, Elbo, Jacinda, Trudeau, Macron, Sushi's on there now. There's this spinning wheel, and it's like the wheel gets spun, and then they take it in turns. So whoever ends up on the little thing, you know how it goes click, 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 and the circle spins and it hits the clicker? That's what I'm getting. And it's whoever stops on gets that limelight at the time. So it's almost like, this is what it's like. These global elites and global leaders, they take it in turns. So it's like they spin the wheel, and then it's such and such's turn. So you get a little bit of the limelight. Aren't they lovely, sharing it around amongst each other, who's going to get the most attention at the moment? So we've had, we had France, then we've had Trudeau, then we've had Elbo. Jacinda gets a lot for a small country. I don't know how that happened. She's got a very big voice, obviously. And Sushi obviously has won it at the moment. So it's got all their faces on it, and it gets spun, and then they all get a turn. So they all get a turn in the limelight, because they're realising they have to share it around. They can't just all come at once, because globally, huge wake up. Everyone will wake up. So we've got to take it in turns. So it's like turn taking. So wherever the wheel lands, it's your turn. For example, Trudeau with the, is it Can app, the arrival thing? He had his turn, and then Elbo might be having his turn, because he talked about all the renewables and all that kind of came out of Parliament, that we're going to, do everything and change everything. So this is what goes on. They talk about, they have a turn each, because they're trying to spread it around so it's not bombarding people. So that's the image I'm getting. And I would say that's something that they've come up with in one of their Zoom calls, that, well, let's kind of take it in turns, so we don't wake everybody up, because then they're only seeing snippets of bits and pieces. They're not getting overwhelmed. And we'll all talk about different things. We all won't just focus on one area. This is what I'm seeing. They had to go back, because too many people stood up, Netherlands, blah, blah, blah. And now they're coming up with other plans. That's what I'm saying. They get knocked off their course a lot. It hasn't gone smoothly. So that's what we're getting. The sad thing is we just don't get the information. No one gets the information, do they? Oh, it's so frustrating. It's like those Paris, I'd say riots, but protests. that have been going on. Nothing on the news, algorithm shoved down. You know, this is probably happening in a lot of places, but the control. So I am getting that. They're all taking it in turns now at, I would say that guides are kind of calling it a debrief. So it's like doing their debriefs to prepare everybody for what's ahead and what's to come. Like they keep, have you noticed, and I'm sure this is globally, how much they're using that. They're actually using the interest rate rises to hold off the recession. Oh yes, aren't they good? They're so good. They're putting all our interest rates up just so we don't have to go into recession. Mind you, feels like we're going into recession anyway, and I would say that's what's coming because they seem to be planting that seed a lot. So they're doing a lot of the chitter-chatter, which plants the seed that it's highly likely we're going to have a recession. So this is where we're at. They're doing a lot of their prep work and mentally preparing people for what's to come, all the while pretending that they're helping us. They're so helpful, aren't they? Not. Let's see where else we go. Oh, they're showing us the BS detectors. They're showing us in our bulletproof vests, and we're at this cop car, and we're it's the sheriff car, like a real classic American sheriff car with the big sheriff badge of truth, the sheriffs of truth, and it's showing that we're behind these vehicles, and it's coming to like a shootout now. So it's almost like we've turned up to this scene, and it's like this shootout. So the shootout could be, I would say, with government. Not literally. Well, it could be, as long as they use rubber bullets, which they have in Melbourne, here in Victoria, shooting protesters. But it's showing us, like, still protected behind the car. It's like showing us with our guns, guns blazing, over the bonnet, looking at government. So this is all of us. We're still protected. We've got our bulletproof vests on. And it's even showing us we're like protected by the police car. So it's actually showing me like looking over Wilson's fence. Us looking over the like bonnet of the police car to see what's happening. But all the while ready to fire and take aim. But we're still out of view and out of sight. Government still can't get to us. It's the sheriffs of truth, like I keep saying. So that's the visual I'm getting for us. We're always at the ready and ready to, like, fight back is the image. But what they're saying is we're very good negotiators. We know how to negotiate. It's like if you've got a hostage situation, someone has to, like, be the, what do you call it? I just said it, didn't I? You have to be the person who's communicating, like the mediator that's communicating with the like hostage situation and the police or whatever. Like we're that person, we're that like mediator that tries to negate the situation and bring everything down. So this is probably, I would say, between the people, the sleepwalkers and government, because I keep saying the sleepwalkers don't know how to do it. They're not sure about how to fight back. See, we do it so naturally. We just stand up. We stand up for ourselves. We don't take their nonsense and their garbage. And we have this like inner strength. And I think what gives up that to us is because we know the truth. So we don't take any of their garbage. That's what I'm getting for us. We're these negotiators. But we're always ready. We're always in position and we're always ready, but we're always sort of protective as well. We know what to do to protect ourselves, and that's being behind the truth sheriff's vehicle now, wearing our badges of truths. That's what I'm getting. We're these negotiators now for in between. And it's funny, isn't it? Because I was telling you the other day about my husband's brother he has woken up. He has. So people are, I know you guys are noticing it too. He's woken up and he's really, really angry now. Like he's going through, obviously, his anger stage. And he's really pissed because he was made to sort of have it. He keeps saying he was made to have it for his job. I think he actually had it because he wanted to get it. He was a sheep in the beginning. But he's saying, you know, the mandates force people to have it, and he's so angry about it. And, like, you know, my hubby's like, yeah, man, that's why we stood up and fought in the very beginning, because we knew that's what the marches were about, mandates, forcing people to get a jab. See, do these people even forget why we fought back? Like, we fought back for freedom. That's what this was all about, wasn't it? I know you guys have been to a lot of protests and things as well. And this is what, see, that they're in the denial bubble because they don't want to be wrong, but then they know what's happening. They're getting their gut feelings now. And this is just to let you guys know sort of where people are at. But they still are struggling internally with that transition now. See, because they still don't know how to fight back against government. They still don't know why this is happening, why they're being lied to. It's overwhelming for them. Could you imagine waking up 3 years later and your life for 3 years has been a big giant lie? Like, that's got to be a little overwhelming. So I guess we have to cut them some slack, because a lot were in the mass psychosis and still probably are, I would say. They're trying that again here in Australia. The CV, oh my God. They even had this, we have this epidemiologist that came over from, she was either from Canada or England or America or somewhere. I don't even know her accent. And she's just so annoying because she just pushes the bandwagon of get the jab, get the jab, get the jab. And they had it on again yesterday. Telling everybody, you know what to do. It's time, you need to mask up and you need to go and get, you know, your bees again. Keep it up, keep it up. You know, I can't stand it. It drives me crazy. So we know a lot of them are still in that mass psychosis. But see, obviously the Mpox and the other things didn't work. So they've had to go back to basics of what will work, and they know that works. People go straight back into that fear, don't they? It's unbelievable that they're still milking this for everything and still making their money out of it. Okay, let's see if there's anything else today. I'm still getting Spain, Portugal, Greece. Getting like, I'm getting the eagle has landed. So things have landed in your countries. It's like showing me a plane though, like a plane with an eagle on it. Like, what does that mean? I'm just thinking that it means that things are arriving now in your countries, big time. Things are arriving big time. It could be the apps. God, Chris, we talk about the apps all the time on the phone, don't we? And getting rid of those apps. So get rid of as many apps as you can off your phone, because they're perfect track and traces. So I do feel like they're trying to implement a lot of things in these areas. But like I said yesterday, Greece is actually standing up. We'll never see it because it gets pushed down the algorithms. So I am getting that. A lot of things arriving around this reset. In those places, it's showing me the red carpet coming out from the plane. It's like rolling out. We all know what the red carpet means, don't we? The reset, rolling out. I'll see if there's something else to close with today. God, it's showing me people in London and England are scared. They're doing this. You know when you're scared and you're like, it's like when you're really frightened. I'm getting that for the people over there. But like I keep saying, it's not a fear of the V. I won't say it because, you know, they're like, they're scared of their future. They know what's coming. See, the people are working it out. They know what's coming. They have gut feelings. They have senses. They're like all of us. They have awarenesses. They get given little messages that they choose to ignore. So now that everything's coming to fruition, the sleepwalkers are starting to get scared. And it's a different kind of fear. It's uncomfortable. It's the not knowing. You got to think about interest rate rises. People can't afford to pay their rents, their mortgages. Gosh, there was something on TV last night on a current affair or a show here, speaking of rents, and they were saying how they had they interviewed these people who, as we knew it was going to happen, who were wanting to rent, and they had to give out every detail. They had to show their marriage certificates, their driver's licenses, they had to show their passports, they had to give out their children's birth certificates, everything. They had to show everything, which to me is like getting a heap of information from someone for no apparent reason. And that was just to rent a house. And even then they don't get a house necessarily because there's that many people banked back trying to get houses. So, where's all this personal data going? Even though we've had like a zillion data breaches here in Australia. Oh, and also, guys, there's another big strike here today. All the fireys at the airports are going on strike. Oh, it might not be today, but this is Australia-wide, are going on strike, which is going to, yes, conveniently, shut down a lot of the airlines for the towards Christmas holidays and cause chaos again. Interesting. Let me know down below what your theories are on all of this airport dramas, because I've got my own thinking, they don't want us travelling very far, do they? So that's what I'm getting today. So the people in London getting back to are feeling very scared, and it's a different fear. It's scared of what's coming and the unknown and the future. And that makes you feel really anxious and a bit sick, doesn't it? It's a horrible feeling. Let me see if there's something to close with. Hang on. God, for some reason they're giving me this song. It's called Stand and Deliver. I think it's by Adamant, isn't it? We had Adamant the other day. Stand and Deliver. Oh, interesting. I think we should go and watch that song today. There might be a message in there today. But I'm just getting that Stand and Deliver. I've got the feeling it's for the sleepwalkers. They need to stand and deliver their message to government now. Honestly, they've got to fight back and stand up soon. This is just tyranny at the highest level, isn't it? So I am getting that song. I'm sure it's Adamant again, Stand and Deliver. Anyway, we'll look it up. Hang on a second. See, what the guides are saying is these people, they're sleepwalkers. The sleepwalkers, they keep saying, I suppose we have to pay it. I suppose we have to pay it. They're stuck in this context, is it, of I suppose we've got to pay it. I suppose we better pay that bill. I suppose, like, they're just doing it, like, because, see, this is where they're the compliers, unfortunately, that just keep doing what they're told. So they suppose they've got to pay it, and they suppose interest rates keep by. Oh my gosh, they need to grow some serious balls, don't they, and stand up to these political tyrants. So I am getting that. They're still wishy-washy. That's what I'm getting for these sleepwalkers. They're still all wishy-washy. Well, I suppose I should just pay it, and then hopefully it'll all just go away. But as we know, it's not going to go away. It's going to keep rising up. So they better wake up. Oh, it's just so frustrating, isn't it? Just their compliance. Oh, I know it gets to you guys as well, because the more they comply, the more it affects everybody, doesn't it? Even all of us. They just, God, it's like I said the other day, they can't be stuffed and they just don't want to face it. They want it all to just go away. Not going to, is it? Hang on a minute. I'm getting there. They're giving me the Ant Music song again. Ant Music. But they're saying, put another coin in the jukebox. What's that part of that song like? And do yourself a favour. That music's lost its taste, so try another flavour. Meaning that's the message to these people. They need to put another coin in the jukebox and change the friggin' song. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Ant Music. And we're going to listen to a bit of ant music today. Oh, my God. Because that's what it represents. All the little people, all the little ants scurrying around. But it's not us, because we've gone underground and hidden from government. But these people are still scurrying around all lost and confused. You know how ants, when there's like, say there's rain coming or something like that, or it's really, is it when it's hot, they all scurry and go all crazy. I think just before rain, isn't that what people say? Ants scurry around before that means there's rain coming, and then they just disappear. Well, that's what these people, they're like scurrying ants at the moment. And they need to put another coin in the jukebox and change the song. Oh my God. We know there'll be more rain coming. We can nearly guarantee that because they've got to focus on how bad and we need climate change. Oh my God. Honestly, you guys, thanks for being there for me too and commenting and us talking, because I would go crazy as well in this complete mad world we're living in. So we'll just keep escaping from clown world and we'll head and have our journey to Terabella. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. I will talk to you later. Again, apologies about the comments. Like I said, about 30 popped up last night that they've put back on my comments page. Anyway, I'll try and get back to all your comments. All right, have a wonderful day, everybody. Subscribe, hit the like buttons, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye from Australia. Bye, everybody. Bye.